artist in residence, living in the middle. I'm Jason Alberty, and I am talking today and always with the wonderful mentor and raconteur, Gerard Estella. So this is our first episode.
Yes.
So let's just cut to the chase. When we say living creatively in the middle, what do you mean by that?
Oh, okay. So it's actually it means more than one thing.
Mhm.
The first one that it means is if you look at it physically, we're coming to you from Brucemore, which is a National Trust site for the historic preservation, or whatever it is. It's got a fancy name. It's got that, which is in Iowa. I'm from New York City. Never thought someday, a four-letter state. But it's not so bad. So you should check it out. But anyway, we're literally in the middle of the country, which is not where most people would say the creative hubs for things like music and art and all the rest is.
Yeah.
So that's one, the physical no. Second one is this, like here operationally, we are not working on summer blockbuster tentpole films and actually never will. We're also not working on my uncle's YouTube tutorial shot on a 7-year-old phone either.
Stop messing around and press the button.
We're in that middle area where there's a professionalism, and yes, you may know some of the people that we've worked with. You probably know nobody that we've worked with. Both directions. That's what I mean about in the middle. And that's actually also the problem with the industry. When I'm saying the industry, I'm saying the creative industry, the creative arts industry. First of all, it's a business. And right now it's a business in transition. The music industry is no longer what it was when I started, nowhere close. But neither is performance venues. Neither is how does a band get even try to make it anymore? All of those things is because we're literally in the middle of an evolution in how people consume art. And because of it, it's really about, so how do you make a living doing it? If you can, should you even try, right? How do you do it in an area that's not New York, LA, Vancouver, Atlanta, Seattle? When you're looking at where the congregation, if you're looking at blues, is it Kansas City, is it Chicago, you could argue, but you can go there, right? If that's your thing. But if you're not there because of any other reason, family, friends, opportunities, whatever, where, hey man, I've got an obligation. How do you do what you really are drawn to do when you're not in those zones? That's also how do you make a living doing it?
Right.
Does that answer that question?
That's great. That's great. One of the other things about
Yeah.
living creatively in the middle
Yeah.
that interests me, because I'm also creative living here in the middle, is the idea that, when people think about having a creative job, most of them do think about the coasts. But I think we could probably say that most of the quote unquote creative jobs are literally in the middle of the
Yeah.
country.
Yeah. Good point. If you go from Pennsylvania to, let's say, Arizona,
Mhm.
right, and just cut a swath that way.
Mhm.
Well, yes, you're going to have hubs of creativity. But if you look at, again, not the top tier, in some cases, yes, don't get me wrong, nobody write hate mail about how I don't get it. There is great work being done in every place, frankly, in the world these days. What I'm saying is from a perspective of level of budget, okay? So that's the differentiator.
Mhm.
Do you have a $100 million client? Do you have a $10 million client? Do you have a $10,000 client? All of those are good clients, potentially.
Mhm.
All of those are great opportunities.
Mhm.
Most of those don't occur, if you're looking at number, they don't occur in the coast. They occur in the middle,
That's right.
right? What isn't in the middle a lot is the $100 million one.
Mhm.
Okay. And speaking specifically here in the Midwest, in Iowa, all right, we can count on, there's great films that have been done in Iowa that you will know. There's also a lot of film work that's being done in Iowa that if you go to film festivals, if you're into the indie scene, you're going, there's a growing industry there.
That's
They don't have a $10 million budget.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
But there's a place for people who are writing. There's people who are editors. There's places for all of that. Again, to your point, I'm going to say Pennsylvania to like Arizona, that area, because then when you do hit the coast and the anomalies being like Nashville, Austin, Atlanta, that type of thing, like, Marvel doesn't exist without Atlanta. Right.
Right.
But when you hit those anomalies is where people from the middle move to. Right. So I think that for us, one of the big things that we focus on here at Bruce Moore through the Artisan Studio stuff is really basically going, all right, are you moving? Should you be moving? What is it that you want to be doing? Is it, again, no hate mail. Is it a hobby? Is it a passion that might be the only thing I can do is what I'm doing? If I don't do this, I don't make it through the day. How do I get to make a living doing that? That's a different discussion, that last one.
I think that's a great answer, because I think that's the main thing that a lot of people are wondering. We both have many friends when we were younger, and even now, that
Somebody cue the Adele song, but
sure, and their desire is to go to the coast to make it.
right.
The point really is that you can make it here. It depends on what it is you want.
Well, and you got to start with this question because it truly is one. What is making it? And I'm going to speak directly to you folks out there. If you have any idea of what you consider making it, I'm going to ask that you take 3 things off that list. It is not, I made $1 million. Defines making it. Money should never define making it, because if you make it, money will follow. This will make sense down the road. Second, it should not be when I buy my mother her first Mercedes, okay? It should be when I tell my mother, look how happy I am and what I'm doing. And look how proud I am of you being my mom. If you don't say that to her, do it, because sometime you may not have that opportunity. And third one, when you're saying I'm making it, it cannot be about something that somebody else has done. In other words, I know that I'm going to make it when I sell more albums than Taylor Swift. Or I know that I've made it when my gallery showing is in Chicago, then in Kansas City, then in St. Louis, then in New York, then Albuquerque, New Mexico. Why? Somebody else does that. Define making it as in, and these should be action items. I'm comfortable in my skin. I'm able to express what I want to. I actually enjoy what I do. I'm growing. I've made great friends. I've made great colleagues. I've made connections with people I never would have met outside of my art. None of those are answered with money. None of those are money answers. If those things do occur, what you're doing is building audience. You build audience, you will build income. For a lot of people, I feel the idea of I don't make it unless I'm only doing this and this is what I do puts big handcuffs on them. Because what they're saying is all the rest of it doesn't matter. What matters is the income.
Thank you very much. Again, this is Artist in Residence, Living Creatively in the Middle. I'm Jason Alberty, talking with Gerard Estella. If you have any questions you would like me to ask Gerard, please do put them in the comments of this video, and we will get to them as soon as we can. Thank you. Have a good day.